Yo, this is Denzel, 2-Shot Bentley. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Okay, so for the past couple of weeks, I've done, 2 or 3 videos saying that Joyce has not officially activated the rematch clause. And quite a few people said I need to do research and blah, 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 blah. Well, as in those videos, Zhilei Zhang saying how Joyce told him he wants the rematch isn't activating the rematch clause. The official activation has to come through Joyce's team, i.e. S-Jam, via Queensberry and, of course, the WBO. Now, there are reports flying around right now that Joyce has, in fact, now activated his rematch. Took him long enough, I know that much. But it's something that he should do anyway, even if he has no intention of fighting Zhilei Zhang. Because, as we know, there seems to be talks between Tyson Fury and Zhilei Zhang about them two fellas having a fight on July 22nd. Again, this is what Bob Arum has said. So, with Joyce activating the rematch, well, now he has to either agree to it or he can block it and say, no, Zhilei Zhang, you are not going to be fighting Tyson Fury. Which, of course, if that's something that Frank Warren and that really wants, Queensberry, then obviously that's going to knock him a little bit. Because obviously that's an in-house fighter, isn't it? But at the end of the day, if he's going to take step-aside money, how much would it be? Well, how much money do you put on the price of becoming the WBO mandatory and interim champion again? How much money do you put on that? Because Joyce, for all intents and purposes right now, he's out of the title picture. Zhilei Zhang, to fight Tyson Fury, will have to vacate the WBO interim title and mandatory status and get ranked in the WBC. So, in some ways, Fury shouldn't even be talking to Zhilei Zhang right now, because Zhilei Zhang's not ranked in the WBC, as per WBC rules, right? You have to fight someone in the top 15. But, that said, listen, rules are there to be broken. Now, for Joyce to allow that to happen, then, well, pretty much he's given up his world title opportunity, isn't he? So it's going to take a lot of money, you would think. Unless, of course, he ain't too clever upstairs and somebody somewhere convinces him to take step aside for far less than what he's earned or worthy of. Because at the end of the day, Zhilei Zhang to go fight Tyson Fury. Now, people may say, well, what if Zhilei Zhang wins? Then Joyce can fight for the world title against Zhilei Zhang. What do you think, Tyson Fury won't have a rematch clause? That's the first one. And second of all, no. Okay, because at the end of the day, Joyce is also not ranked in the WBC. Therefore, that can't happen, can it? It can't happen. Anyway, that said, now, hopefully Joyce goes through with it from if he wants to be selfish about it, he should be selfish about it. Why should he care if Tyson Fury is going to fight Zhilei Zhang? Why should he care if Zhilei Zhang is going to have a good payday against Tyson Fury? Why would he care? He should be thinking about himself. So he should activate the rematch clause and he should go through with the fight. It's a fight that Joyce should win. I know people are quite high on Zhilei Zhang and that at the minute, but the reality is he's not a world beater. He isn't. He's a good heavyweight, of course, but there are plenty of heavyweights out there who I would heavily favour to beat Zhilei Zhang. There are several of them. Ultimately, do I know that for a fact? No, of course not. Of course not. And what Zhilei Zhang has done is fantastic. It is fantastic. And Joyce should rematch Zhilei Zhang in China. The amount of money that would be generated out there on pay-per-view would be ridiculous. It would be. So that's probably the best place to go. Go to Zhilei Zhang's backyard and beat him. Get your interim status back, get your WBO mandatory status back, and then you're right back in the picture. Because right now, you step aside, there's no way we're back into it. Because it's very unlikely that, firstly, Zhilei Zhang is going to fight and beat Tyson Fury. That's very unlikely. But also, Joyce is then officially on a loss. So how's he going to get back in that position again? Now, we know that Queensberry have a very good relationship with the WBO, but they're going to have to put some real strings in there. That's going to have to go under the radar that the boxing fans don't notice. That's reality, isn't it? But anyway, the important thing is that he has activated the rematch clause. Will he actually go through with the fight? I suppose we'll have to wait and find out, won't we? Anyway, drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.